So this is 28 years later. This is 28 years later, The Bone Temple. So this is the sequel to the 28 years later film there. This is the fourth film in the 28 franchise, I guess you call it, universe or whatever they calling it. This is directed by Nia DaCosta. So this is my first time seeing this. This is your first time seeing it. Let's check it out.
Trying to predict the future is a discouraging and hazardous occupation. In fact, it may not even exist at all.
Oh, what is this? I cannot see. Oh, I am this.
And then you got Ralph Fiennes there, who's coming back from his character in 28 years later. I forgot his name there, but he was like a doctor. Do you remember his name?
Not off the top of my head, but he was. I mean, I do think he was probably the most interesting character in the first movie.
Yeah, definitely was there.
None can excel.
Many of the things we take for granted will one day pass away completely.
I open the door of heaven and hell.
When that time comes, men will no longer communicate.
And wow, relatively pretty soon, January. So that's pretty soon that they're coming out with this.
Yeah, I think because they filmed it so close to the first one, or filmed them practically back to back, I think.
Yeah.
Have diseases and barbarism.
And you see these people here who you got introduced to at the end of the last movie. This gang there of Power Rangers, I guess, jumpsuit Power Rangers.
Power Rangers, Teletubby, Jimmy Seville.
Yeah. Which is led by Jack O'Connell there, who people might just saw him in Sinners. He was just in Sinners recently as the main vampire in that. But yeah, these characters got introduced there at the end of 28 years later. And yeah, some people liked it, some people didn't. Some people thought it was like, what the fuck was that? It came in, but yeah.
I was on the what the fuck was that train. I mean, I almost can't believe this trailer for this next one is even like trying to convey a serious tone after how goofy the last one ended.
The whole world will cease to make any sense.
That's some fucked up haircuts too. Jeez, I guess is that a prerequisite? I guess.
And they all have to wear Jimmy Savile wigs, I guess, as part of this cult.
Yeah, I guess so. But his is nice though, so I guess only his can look nice. Everybody else got to look fucked up. I guess.
He's got like a L'Oreal shampoo commercial look going on there.
Yeah.
The whole world will cease to make any sense.
Well, that happened. We already had that happen.
The world ceasing to make sense. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no. The last 5 minutes of the previous movie ceased to make sense.
Look at the incredible changes we've experienced.
Oh, is that the Monster Dong dude? He's making a comeback, so he's coming back, huh?
Yeah, that was, I think, in the beginning of the trailer. That was him that Ray Fiennes was slowly approaching as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he's making a comeback. Yeah, Monster Dong dude. All right.
Maybe he's the secret protagonist of the trilogy.
Yeah.
We've experienced and survived.
Okay. Do you know if this is supposed to be after the events of 28 years later, before the events of it, or?
Well, we saw. I'm forgetting the character's name now, but we one of the kids at the table that's wearing the wig is the kid from the last movie. So I think it's just supposed to be taking.
Oh yeah, this kid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it is. It's I think it's a direct sequel. We might get some flashbacks. There was the shots of like people on the train at the beginning, but for the most part, I'm guessing this is going to be a direct follow up.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so yeah, he's right here too.
because he's been
And
sucked into the Jimmy Savile cult that exists.
okay.
And survived. And yet even greater changes are still to come.
Are you ready?
There you go. So what are you thinking? What are your thoughts there?
Well, after the last one, I'm not necessarily excited actively to see this, other than I just wonder what bizarre direction might they take. Like, not that it couldn't surprise me and be good, because I'm sure that that's possible, but watching the footage here, it really has the feel of like when a video game lets your goofy alternate costume make it into the cutscenes. That's kind of what this looks like. These wigs on everybody. Like, I get the point of it. I do get the point of it. I get like the context and the background in British culture of Jimmy Savile and of the time period, and I get what they're going for, but it looks ridiculous, and I just don't know if I can take this seriously with that going on.
Um, I don't know exactly what the story is gonna be for this. It seems like right now at the moment from what I'm getting from the trailer is gonna be the gang versus the doctor here, Ray Fiennes' character, or them trying to take over his territory, maybe.
That
So they
doesn't
kind of
seem like it would be that climactic of a fight. I'm just saying.
yeah. So I don't. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. I mean, like the first trailer for 28 Years Later, that was interesting as well, and also keeping the whole kind of radio voice, kind of old wartime kind of narrative there. They're keeping that with it. And you see, I guess this gang is also maybe cannibals, maybe as well, because in the zombie apocalypse, you always got to have cannibals. You always got to have that.
Always.
Always got to have cannibals there. So you always got to have that aspect of it. But yeah, I mean, story wise, I mean, what are you getting from it there?
I mean, I'm not getting much other than the Jimmy Savile Teletubby gang have beef with this doctor for some reason. I couldn't imagine why. But what I do think is the only thing I'm really getting is that, yeah, the whole thing is being based around this location, or this location somehow being important or desirable. And I feel like because it was featured so heavily in the last movie, there's not a lot of mystery with what that is. Like, I feel like, and I'm sure I'm sure there's more going on, but I do see it, and my instant reaction is, oh, I kind of already know all about what the deal is with that place. So why are we going and spending another entire movie that's specifically titled after it? Again, maybe there's enough to it that is interesting, but it does seem like, yeah, I kind of already know that place. I don't know.
So here the premise is Wikipedia there. It says taking place after the events of the first film, Spike is inducted into Sir Jimmy Crystal's gang of acrobatic killers in a post-apocalyptic England ravaged by the rage virus. Meanwhile, Dr. Ian Kelson uncovers a deadly discovery that will have consequences that could alter the world. Damn, alter them more than it already is. I mean, what more can you do to this world?
Maybe it's less about the virus getting out into the rest of the world, and more about this Jimmy cult getting out into the rest of the world. Maybe that's the real danger here.
Oh, maybe they're gonna go out there. But you see that in the 28 years later that there's other countries patrolling the border of
Yep.
London, trying to keep people in there. I mean, so really, it's not really just. I mean, for them, it's not really the world; it's just England. It seems like in 20 years later, they were like, "Well, you guys deal with it.
Right.
You got it. We're gonna just stay away from you there." I mean, it's like, well, we'll see the London, the Eiffel Tower in Las Vegas. We got our own Eiffel Tower, so we got it. We're good. In London there, and we got our own London Bridge. We don't need to go to Europe. That's fine. But
Take
yeah,
pictures from a plane if you really got to go.
yeah, take pictures from a plane there. But Killian Murphy is listed as the in the cast I see
Oh,
here.
okay.
So he is listed there. There, I said the Eiffel Tower like that's Paris, not London, but
Right.
yeah, my bad about that. But yeah, he is listed in the cast here. So
Okay.
I don't know if he is gonna show up, if not, but yeah. Murphy said that he is only in the film for a little bit
Okay.
at the end, and that is his
She'll
appearance
be
as
the
well.
Jimmy of this movie.
Oh yeah, he'll show up. Yeah, he'll come at the end. I don't know
Change
what
the
he'll be.
tone drastically into a different film.
Yeah, he'll look like a Spider Punk. He's got like a mohawk and jacket on, and like he's got his own Spider Punk gang. Like so, yeah, he'll look like that.
I'd say that's ridiculous, but it wouldn't be any more ridiculous than the last one. So
Yeah, I remember the theory at first was that the guy in the trailer was Cillian Murphy, like in the 28 years later,
oh, the
like
zombie.
the zombie. People were like, oh, that's Cillian Murphy. And then somebody asked him about that in an interview, and he was like, "Well, I feel kind of flattered that somebody thinks I'm a looks like a zombified cadaver. I feel honored in that."
I'm
Uh,
not gonna lie, I did kind of think that might be him the first time I saw it too.
Yeah, I'm trying to see exactly where they see that zombie at, because it's in the trailer. Oh, right here. But let me pull it up right here. But yeah, so people thought this was him.
There's
Yeah,
I don't know. There's a little bit of similar face, despite the degradation of it.
yeah. But January next year. So pretty soon we're gonna be in January. It's already almost October,
Yeah,
then December, then November, December, then boom, there you go. January's coming. So there you go.
2026. Be here before we know
2026
it.
before we know it. Um, awesome stuff there. So there we go. All right. January 16th. There's been some usually January, February was kind of like dump month for studios. I feel like there's been some decent movies that have come out in January. I like Bad Boys that came out in January. That was pretty good. I like that one.
It was a
Uh,
long time ago now, but the Gray that came out in January, I think.
okay, yeah, that was good. I like The Gray. I know people got ripped off by The Gray, but I like it. People thought it was like, oh, it's Taken versus Wolves, and it's
Oh,
a little more than that. But
I think
yeah,
I would have liked that much less actually.
I think Megan came out in January, if I'm not mistaken. The first
Oh, okay.
Megan, which I liked. I thought it was decent. That was all right. So yeah, so 28 years later, there,
It's because
the
they're
bump.
making so many movies that now the room in which they have to fit them has expanded into what used to be those dump months.
Yeah, true. So I mean, people say that the new dump month is maybe August now, maybe like August or
I think
something.
that fits. Yeah, August.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Move on to our next trailer here. Our next trailer is going to be for Knives Out, Wake Up Dead Man. I'm a fan of the Knives Out series. I like Ryan Johnson a lot. Ryan Johnson is one of my favorite directors. I've loved his work ever since Brick. I've loved Brick a lot with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. I loved. I know you don't, but I do love Last Jedi. I
Mm.
do love that. And yeah, so I do love his work there. The only movie I really dislike of his is, or don't like as much, is I think Looper. I'm not a big Looper guy.
Yeah, I wasn't big on that one either. I do love Brick though. I am a big fan of that one. So
Yeah. But yeah, Brothers Bloom I like a lot. That one with Mark
yeah, no,
Ruffalo.
excellent. Yeah,
But
and I
yeah,
mean his the episode of Breaking Bad he directed is like one of the best episodes of that show as well.
yeah. So he's done some TV work too. Yeah, Breaking Bad. Also, I do like his show Poker Face. He does some. He's I think the showrunner for that. That's the show with Natasha Lyonne in it.
Oh, okay, I haven't actually seen any of that myself.
Yeah, I recommend checking it out. It's pretty decent there. Now the other Knives Out film, Glass Onion, it was kind of a letdown, I think, from the first movie. I didn't really like it as much. I thought it was okay. How did you feel about Glass Onion?
So I actually haven't seen any of these movies.
Oh wow, you haven't seen any?
I
Okay,
haven't seen a single Knives Out film.
okay. Well, let's get a taste of it. With Wake Up Dead Man, a Knives Out mystery. There, let's check it out. Um, and these do pretty well. I think Glass Onion, when it had its theatrical run, did really well in theaters, and then they pulled it, and everybody was like, "Why the hell did you pull it? It was making good money.
Hmm.
Why did you pull it?" But let's check out this.
This murder was dressed as a miracle.
Daniel Craig now looks like Pierce Brosnan now, kind of.
A little bit, yeah.
I'm
He's
turning into
starting
Pierce
to
Brosnan.
take that on.
I guess that's just what happens to elderly bonds. I guess they just morph into each other. Then
He also, as him old, also looks a little bit like a younger Jeremy Irons because Jeremy Irons looked so old when he was young.
oh yeah.
This murder was dressed as a miracle. A what happened that night. There's a much
What expression
larger scheme.
is Jeremy Renner making right there? Like, what is that? What does that say?
It says, I mean, I could be playing Hawkeye right now. You know what I mean? You know, like, man, I could be getting paid double the money if they still let me be Hawkeye. That's that expression, yeah.
Yeah, I think that fits.
There's a much.
But much like with Knives Out movie, they always have like an all-star cast, you know, like all these people in it. The last movie had a bunch of people like Dave Bautista, Edward Norton, Kate Hudson. Like that's always a big thing with these movies is like, oh, who's going to be a part of the cast of these movies, you know?
Larger scheme. To understand this case, you need to look at the myth that's being constructed. A man gives a sermon.
he's listening to it on a podcast. He's like, oh man, I can just listen to a podcast of the church. I don't need to actually be here. I forgot, isn't that the actor from Sideways?
I don't recognize him actually, but
I feel like that's the dude that was inside. He was also Sandman. I forgot his name. But yeah, I'll look at the cast after this.
it is Thomas Hayden Church.
Thomas Hayden Church. That's
Yeah, you're right. Wow, I didn't recognize him with the white hair.
Yeah, everybody's getting old, man. Everybody getting old. Yeah.
The last time I saw him, he was CGI for 2.5 hours.
What movie was that?
Spider-Man.
Oh, that was the last Thomas Hayden Church movie you saw was Spider-Man?
I haven't seen him in anything.
Wow, yeah.
He then, in plain sight of everyone, walks into a sealed concrete box. And 30 seconds later, that man is lying dead. A classic impossible crime.
Okay, you're freaking me out now.
This is a holy mystery. Unsolvable.
Holy shit.
Sorry. What the hell happened?
We do not know.
Yeah. Mila Kunis in it. I don't know. Yeah.
I haven't seen her in a minute either.
Yeah. I think last time I seen her, she was maybe in Bad Moms. She was in that. But I know you probably haven't seen Bad Moms.
I've seen that.
Okay.
Oh, and when I said I hadn't seen Thomas Hayden Church since Spider-Man, I meant No Way Home, not Spider-Man 3.
Right. Yeah. Man.
What happened?
Because I mean, did he still voice that character in?
It was still his voice. It was just, but it was clearly a COVID thing, and he was just CG, like in like physical appearance the whole time.
Yeah.
We do not know.
What is truth? We don't know that. We don't. What exists? Does any of this exist? So,
What is even happening right now?
It is time to discover what this flock of wicked wolves is hiding.
Confess.
All right, stop. Here's what's gonna happen. Denmark, frickin' Blanc, and I are gonna ask you all some questions, and you're gonna answer them. We're gonna get to the bottom of who killed Monsignor Wicks and why. And then that's it.
Now, who wants to go first?
Yeah. Man. So it's gonna have the same thing, short theatrical run. Then it's gonna be on Netflix a little bit, but I do recommend people do see it in theaters. Well, if it's good, I guess. Do check it out in theaters there. So for this being your first Knives Out film, what's your first impressions there?
Well, I mean, I like the whole, small space, charismatic detective, group of people where anybody could be the killer mystery. I like that whole genre and style and the feel of that. And I think Daniel Craig is great. And I mean, the character that he's playing here, I think seems like he's got that charisma and really got that all kind of nailed down. So, but I can only compare to, say, the trailers I've seen for the other movies, which I've seen the marketing for them, even though I haven't watched the full films. But I guess my wonder here is, just based on the trailers, if it seems like what they're doing in the mystery that they have is different enough from the other ones. Like just based on the trailers alone, it almost seems like another trailer for the same movie to me. Like it's
Yeah.
because it's just so similar in how it's cut together and styled.
Yeah. I mean, I can see your point on that. I mean, it's another, he gets called to do a case, and then it's in like this enclosed environment, much like Glass Onion, much like the first Knives Out film. The first Knives Out film took place in a home, in a manor. The second one took place on like a remote island, with this like billionaire's home.
Okay.
This one's taking place in a church. So it's not, you don't feel like it's enough different change of scenery, maybe, or you just think,
I think it very well might be in the films themselves, but just looking at the trailers alone, it just seems like they're sticking very very close to the same formula, which is not necessarily a bad thing either. I just wonder if, because I know you said that the second one was a bit of a step down, and I wonder if you might have that sort of same experience again, where it's like, yeah, it's not terrible, but they're kind of trying to recapture lightning in a bottle a little bit.
yeah. Um, and the cast, I mean, like I said, still got an all-star cast. You got Josh O'Connor in this, who people might know. He just was in Challengers. He was in that film. You also have Glenn Close in this there, legendary actress there. You got her. You got Josh Brolin, who's the person that ends up dead. He's the priest there. You got Mila Kunis, who you saw there. You got Jeremy Renner. You got Kerry Washington. You got Andrew Scott. Kaylee Spaney, who's a new young rising talent. She was, people might know, Alien Romulus. She also played Priscilla Presley there. You got Daryl McCormick there, and Thomas Hayden Church as well there. So do you like the cast of this movie?
I like the cast. I mean, I've the thing is I've seen the trailers for all of these movies, and every single time I'm like, wow, that's a great cast. And I've also made like the mental note of I should watch these, and I just haven't done it yet. But maybe I'll finally go and sit down and watch the first one because this is coming out soon.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, it's on Netflix. It's available there. I love the first one. I think the first one's really good. I think Daniel Craig, I mean, he has a lot of fun playing this role as Benoit Blanc, who, people have compared obviously to like Hercule Poirot, who we've gotten that, who people might have seen in recent movies, like played by Kenneth Branagh, Sherlock Holmes. Obviously, there's a lot of that inspiration from those classic kind of stories there. And this was good. I mean, I think, having this cast all bounce around off each other. I don't think the cast has been, even in Glass Onion, I don't think the cast was as good as the first movie, even in Glass Onion there. I think that really worked there. But yeah, I mean, I really love it. I might actually see it again, actually talking about it before I even watch the newest one before it comes out. But I still see people are pretty hyped about it, pretty looking forward to this new one here. I think it'll probably do well maybe in theaters. Like I said, the sequel did well and they pulled it early, but I was like, why'd you do that? But yeah, so
I'm
I
assuming
like,
it's because they have the same sort of Netflix contract that this one does.
probably, yeah, it's probably what it is there. But yeah, I mean, Dan Craig, it seems like I think he even said that he has way more fun playing this than he ever did James Bond. So he's way more fun doing that. Yeah, he said he wanted to slit his wrist when he played James Bond or something like that.
He definitely was not having a great time, which I get. I mean, it's demanding for sure. Which it's funny though. Since there's the James Bond game coming out, in the Hitman game by the same developers, there's a level that they did in, I want to say it was the third game, that was essentially that Knives Out sort of setup. Like each level is like a miniature open world. This one was a mansion. The premise of going to that particular level was that you were pretending to be a detective that was then investigating a mystery. And instead of just doing like an assassination, you could actually play the role and do the entire like mystery solving thing. And that was like one whole way to solve that particular area. So there's an interesting kind of coincidental interplay between those two franchises right now.
Yeah. So this one's coming out. Let's see here. Wake up. So September 6th there. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's when it premiered at TIFF. November 26th is when it's coming out.
I was gonna say, if it was September 6th, it's out already.
Yeah. Hey, go rush to see it. It's out already. But in November 26th is when it's coming out. So a good slate of movies coming out. So I'm gonna be busy in the theater these next few months. There's a lot of stuff coming out, a lot of good stuff there. So busy, busy, busy there. But yeah, I hope it's better than the last one. I didn't hate the last one. I just thought it was a little step down. That's all. But I didn't hate it though. But yeah, Ryan Johnson, so it's back. I guess that Star Wars trilogy, I guess that's gone. That's I guess just give up on that, I guess.
I think
Yeah.
if you can assume that if they announce a Star Wars movie, it's gone.
Yeah. Well, they are doing that one with Ryan Gosling, right? The Starfighter or something like that. Or
Supposedly, but I'll believe it when there's a trailer.
yeah. Okay. Well, speaking of, since we already talking about James Bond anyway, might as well bring up the footage there. So they did some recent footage. They showed some more kind of gameplay stuff with this new James Bond game that's going to be coming out. So it's called 007 First Light is what it's called. So you want me to show the gameplay trailer? Would that be better? Or do you want me to show the whole demo that they did?
Up to you. I mean, the trailer's quick and easy. I mean, I feel like it gets the big points across. I'd say that the longer demo footage is if you really want to get into the little nitty gritty of every detail and see how it like is moment to moment playing it.
Okay, I'll play this trailer when we'll talk about the trailer, and then as we're talking about the trailer, I'll pull up the demo. And if anything like up at the demo, I'll kind of skip through that and see if it's something to talk about there. Or you can put on some highlights there if you liked about it. But this is 007 First Light. This is the gameplay trailer that we got right here.
I'm not loving the odds.
Oh, I've had worse.
In that case,
Dude, so the actor that's playing him is the guy from Dexter, right?
It is.
So
Totally is.
so the people were right about that. There is the guy from Dexter there. Well, he needs something to do. That show got canceled, so
Right.
so he can do a sequel. His schedule is wide open. He can do a sequel.
Well, what are we waiting for? No sign of 009.
we need to inform M.
Yeah.
No time.
Who do you think is more of a sociopath, Dexter or James Bond?
I mean, I feel like Dexter would be. I guess it depends on what version of James Bond. Because George Lazenby, man.
I've actually never seen that one. I've never seen that Bond before.
Oh, it's just awful.
Okay. What was his movie again? It was
On Your Majesty's Secret Service.
Yes. Okay. I have not seen that.
And then they drove a dump truck full of money to Connery's house to get him to come back.
I'm going after him. Make him call off the attack.
Are you out of your mind?
I'll be careful. He'd been the phone.
Go to the security room, first floor. And you are?
Rob Minkley.
He's with me.
Come on, Moneypenny. If I lose the trail, we'll never know who they're working for. Oi, you lads got a faulty coffee machine? I hope I'm not interrupting anything.
You're not, Damien Mead.
Bond. James Bond.
He said like very Hitman, Uncharted kind of like there.
Yeah, it's definitely a mixture of those two. And this trailer is probably giving maybe more Uncharted vibes than Hitman vibes, just because it's cut up, to be exciting and as action-packed as it can be. But especially in that longer demo, you do see, and they take you through the much kind of slower pacing of actually gathering intel and going about the situation in a variety of different ways. They make it like with small choices, even it's like, oh, here's 3 places you could get this item that you need, and you can tackle that in all these different ways. But that's the huge part of why I think this studio fits this property so well to begin with.
If 009 slips through our fingers, we're the last line of defense.
Someone just tried to kill me.
Tell me you caught him.
How do you like the kind? Does it look fluid to you? Does it look kind
of
fluid?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, it just kind of looks like Uncharted 4 to me, which is, I think, a game that has held up remarkably. So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't look complicated, but I also don't think it necessarily needs to be. Especially because the slower paced parts where you're trying to be stealthy, those look like they've got the kind of more significant complexity to it. Like that feels like the real meat of the game, and that there's combat, if you mess up, if you mess up the stealth, or it's there if you want to, but it's not your primary way of solving problems. So maybe it doesn't look as like the greatest combat mechanics in the world, but I think it looks like it fits what this is well.
Got a chase driving sequence here,
which is something that was definitely never been in any of the Hitman stuff.
I wonder if they'll do. Oh, we say
there's just a quick shot of him using the laser watch there.
Oh, right. Oh yeah, right there.
Yeah.
I wonder, since they have the James Bond, you see the music, they're playing that, the theme. I wonder if they'll have an original song for this. I wonder if they'll
that would be cool. I hope they do.
Yeah.
Always.
Looks like some good action set pieces.
The plane crash thing here that's very Uncharted, and that feels particularly like that game.
March 27, 2026.
That's not too far off.
Yeah. So excited about this?
Yeah, I think this looks cool. I want to get my hands on it, and I want to see just how complex the levels are, and just how much variety there is and what you can do. Because that's what's so good about those Hitman games. I guess now that they're all out, it's just kind of referred to as the World of Assassination trilogy. But those levels are so complicated and have so much going on, and you could play them a dozen times thoroughly and still not have uncovered all of the different ways that you can go about each mission and that. So if this game has even just like half as much, and then makes up with the other half with kind of the more large scale action sequence stuff, I feel like you have a great game on your hands just from that. We'll see how, the one thing that I am maybe slightly apprehensive about is I do think this car chase goes on a really long time in this demo. And it does feel a little bit like sort of a PS2 car chase mission, where it feels like it's only got so much to it and it's just kind of driving. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing if the driving feels really good, and I guess we won't know that until I get our hands on it.
Damn, he feel like he lost the guy. Like the guy's like way ahead of like, where are you driving? Okay, oh, you finally caught up to him. Okay,
yeah, that part that felt like it was maybe a little unnecessarily long, especially because there's also a driving sequence. It's not a chase, but it is a driving sequence up to this like party at the beginning of the demo too. So it's a lot of that driving, and it's not necessarily like a huge red flag, but I hope that there's just maybe more to it, or the sequences maybe are shorter at different times. But that's really the only big negative that I have here. Otherwise, I like that the gameplay in this, like this is a big action scene, but there's also a lot of gadgets in the game too. There's a lot of little gadgets, hacking things, little watch laser, poison darts. There's a bunch of that stuff in here too. So, and that's something that isn't like, it's in Hitman in ways that you can like find and pick stuff up, but here it's more like a Batman Arkham game where you're sort of having to manage those little resources and then refill them, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And this is the scene that we saw on the trail on the plane, which looks really good. That looks really cool. Damn.
Just throw.
Yeah, I guess, hey, that's the way to do it. I guess they just fling them.
Gotta scrape off Bob off the tarmac later.
Yeah, so this looks exciting. This is fun. I mean, it's not reinventing the wheel when it comes to what it's doing, but does it really have to necessarily? Not really to be an enjoyable game, I don't think. So there is that.
I think it's just a matter of you're combining things that work from a couple of different games in a way that James Bond as a property has never had before.
And this is the free fall that you're gonna have. So there's that.
Get a parachute off that guy.
But yeah, that's exactly what just using that guy. Yeah. So we got that. But yeah, I mean, it looks exciting. I mean, a lot of people I saw a lot of people do as well complain about the car chase as well there, and so yeah, they did kind of going for a while, and then also mostly you're just kind of going in a straight line for the most of it.
Yeah, it feels. Yeah, that's what I mean by PS2 is it's this very kind of guided on rails track, which I think is fine if it's short and to the point. But it again, just the length of it just seemed a little unnecessary. But
Yeah. But we'll see. There some more stuff will probably come out there as the game gets closer to release. Like I said, March 27th. Not that far. Like I said, yeah, that's going to be coming in no time for that. So,
it's not
yeah.
going to beat Grand Theft Auto 6 for Game of the Year, but I think it'll be fun.
No. Oh, yeah, no, it's not going to beat that. All right. So that was all our trailers there for tonight.